Technology Minister says Twitter fails to comply with Indian guidelines. And in cricket, BCCI announces 15-member squad against New Zealand. A very good evening, viewers. Welcome to the Northeast News Bulletin from the studios of DDK Guwahati. This is Monjoy. Now the stories in details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi, while delivering the keynote address at Viva Tech today afternoon, said that India is adaptable and agile even in the middle of the pandemic. He pointed out that India implemented huge reforms across sectors, be it mining, space, banking, atomic energy, and more during this period. Meanwhile, Modi invited the world to invest in India based on the 5 pillars of talent, market, capital, ecosystem, and culture of openness. He said India is home to one of the world's largest startup ecosystems. Talking about indigenous IT technologies, the Prime Minister proudly mentioned the Arogya Setu, which enables effective contact tracing, and Co-Win platform, which helped to ensure COVID vaccines to millions.
Our private sector played a key role in addressing this shortage. Our doctors adopted telemedicine in a big way so that some COVID and other non-COVID issues could be addressed virtually. Vaccines are being made in India and more are in the development or trial stage.
Under the chairmanship of Prime Minister Narendra Modi, the Union Cabinet today approved the proposal for Deep Ocean Mission and nutrient-based subsidy rates. Briefing the media, Union Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar said that this futuristic decision will give impetus to the blue economy. He further added that this mission will help in the study of deep ocean biodiversity and minerals. Meanwhile, the Minister of State for Chemicals and Fertilizers, Mansukh Mandaviya, stated that the Cabinet has approved the proposal of the Department of Fertilizers for fixation of nutrient-based subsidy rates for phosphorus and potassium fertilizers for the year 2021 to 22. He further said this will benefit the farmers by providing fertilizers at a reasonable price.
6,000 meters deep in sea, there will be deep sea ocean survey. There will be advanced marine station for ocean biology, and there will also be offshore ocean thermal energy part of mission. And more importantly, this is also our travel in the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat.
मोदी जी ने किसानों के लिए आज एक महत्वपूर्ण फैसला लिया है। अखाह तीज के दिन मोदी जी ने देश के किसानों के अकाउंट में 20,667 रुपीस डीबीटी के माध्यम से जमा करवाए थे।
The Assam Cabinet today undertook some major key decisions. Addressing the media in a joint briefing, Minister for Water Resources, the Health Minister, Social Welfare Minister and Minister for Education stated that 4 new forensic labs will be set up at the existing medical colleges in Silchar, Dibrugarh, Tezpur and Bongaigaon. A decision to procure rice directly from FCI for the supplementary nutrition program was also undertaken. Likewise, under the education sector, the Cabinet has approved 5 newly formed universities in order to facilitate smooth functioning of the institutes. The Cabinet also recommended that it would not be possible to conduct HSLC High Madrasa and HS final year exams in view of the prevailing COVID situation. However, a final decision on this will be taken on the 18th of June. Lastly, the Cabinet decided not to allow home isolation to any COVID patients without proper facility for isolation.
মাধৱদেৱ বিশ্ববিদ্যালয় নাৰায়ণপুৰৰ মাধৱদেৱ কলেজত বজালি।
Information and Technology Minister Ravi Shankar Prasad today said that Twitter has failed to comply with the intermediary guidelines that came into effect from the 26th of May. Taking to his Twitter handle, the minister said Twitter was given multiple opportunities to comply with the same. He also opined that Indian companies doing business in foreign countries voluntarily follow the local laws, then why a platform like Twitter, designed to give voice to the victims of abuse and misuse, is showing reluctance in following Indian laws? The minister further added that India's constitutional guarantee of freedom of speech was reaffirmed in the recent G7 summit. All centrally protected monuments, sites and museums in the country under the Archaeological Survey of India ASI have been reopened starting from today. ASI has informed that the decision has been taken considering the prevailing situation. It added that the opening, however, shall be in strict compliance with the executive orders issued by state and district disaster management authorities in areas concerned. It further assured that appropriate guidelines and SOPs issued by union, state and UT ministries will be scrupulously followed while regulating the flow of visitors. Chairman of India's COVID-19 Working Group of the National Technical Advisory Group on Immunization (NTAGI), Dr. N.K. Arora, has said that the decision to increase the gap between the Covishield doses is based on scientific evidence. The NTAGI chairman said that in the last week of April this year, United Kingdom's Public Health England released data which showed that vaccine efficacy varied between 65 to 88% when doses interval is 12 weeks. He said, based on the scientific evidence which showed increased efficacy of adenovector vaccines with increased dosage duration, the decision was taken on 13th of May in the country to increase the gap between the two doses of Covishield vaccine. In the COVID update from the country, at present there are over 8,65,000 active cases. Meanwhile, over 1,07,000 patients have recovered in the last 24 hours, with which the total number of recovered cases in the country now stands at over 2,83 lakh. However, as per the Health Ministry data, 2,542 deaths were reported in the last 24 hours, taking the total death toll in the country to 3,79,573. In the COVID scenario from the northeast, Arunachal Pradesh has reported a caseload of 2,849 active cases, while the number of cured cases were logged at 28,934. The tally for the dead stands at 155. Assam has a count of 39,837 active cases, followed by 4,21,378 cured cases. The dead accounted for 4,028. Reporting 8,744 active cases, Manipur records 51,354 released cases. The death tallied at 998. Meghalaya has notched up 4,430 active cases, followed by 37,579 discharged cases, while the death toll is 750. Mizoram has a case load of 3,637 active cases, while cured cases logged at 12,191. The dead account for 71. Logging 2,972 active cases, Nagaland has a count of 20,423 cured cases. The tally for the dead is 459. While Sikkim has logged 3,239 active cases, released cases stand at 15,136. The death toll is 284. Lastly, Tripura has 4,886 active cases, while the cured cases accounted for 54,870 and the tally for the death stands at 629. BCCI has announced the 15-member squad for the World Test Championship final against New Zealand. Mayank Agarwal and KL Rahul are notable absentees in the Virat Kohli-led side, while Test regulars like Cheteshwar Pujara, Vice-Captain Ajinkya Rahane and Ravichandran Ashwin have all been picked. All-rounder Ravindra Jadeja, who did not play the home series against England due to an injury, has also been picked, while Rohit Sharma and Shubman Gill have been picked as openers. Meanwhile, Rishabh Pant and Wriddhiman Saha have been picked as wicket-keepers. Meanwhile, in the fast bowling department, India has picked Ishant Sharma, Jasprit Bumrah, Mohammad Shami, Mohammad Siraj and Umesh Yadav. In the Euro Cup football tournament, Finland is to take Russia in St. Petersburg and Turkey to meet Wales in Baku today. Meanwhile, in yesterday's match, Portugal beat Hungary 3-0 on 5th day of the Euro 2020, while Portugal skipper Cristiano Ronaldo celebrated becoming the first player to appear in 5 European championships. And in another major clash, France defeated Germany 1-0. In Meghalaya today, during search operations, a joint team of Indian Navy, NDRF and Meghalaya State Fire and Emergency Services retrieved one unidentified dead body of the trapped miner from the main shaft. The body was stuck under debris in the bottom of the main shaft and was traced during the deep diving conducted by the Navy personnel approx 120 feet below. The dead body was carefully pulled out from the shaft and handed over to Officer in Charge Police Station Saipung in presence of the District Administration, A. Jayantia Hills. The dead body was further dispatched for post-mortem and identification. For more updates, viewers can also watch our bulletins and other programs on our YouTube channel DD News Guwahati. To end the news, the main points once again. Prime Minister Narendra Modi addresses Viva Tech, invites the world to invest in India. Union Cabinet approves Deep Ocean Mission and fixation of fertilizer rates for the year 2021 to 22. Assam Cabinet takes major decisions, 4 forensic labs to be set up and 5 new universities approved. Information and Technology Minister says Twitter fails to comply with Indian guidelines. And in cricket, BCCI announces 15-member squad against New Zealand. Before taking leave, viewers are reminded to maintain physical distancing, regularly sanitize hands and frequently wash hands with soap. Remember to wear a mask properly and join the Mask Up India campaign by Doordarshan to defeat the pandemic. Mask Up India. That brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.